reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
Happiness mode engaged.
Raven's feathers. Those ministry soldiers are a nest of jerks.
That commander of theirs said the inn was barely good enough for him. Then he took the whole top floor for himself.
If that's his attitude, then hide the beer. It's barely good enough for me.
Hello.
Welcome.
Ready for action.
Happy to meet you, hero.
Glad to have you with us.
You'll find everything you need here.
Hail, traveler.
Wake up, you motherless Ettins. It's time to go.
I'd offer the traditional pirate's greeting, but your spleen is better unperforated.
You're listening to Guild Wars Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network, brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter, and by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapon at doghousesystems.com. Hello and welcome to another episode of Guild Wars Reporter. This is episode 179. I am Celeste, and as always, I am joined by the alleviatory Allona.
Hello, crafty Celeste.
I am indeed.
You were posting pictures of some crafts you were doing, oh no, I was thinking that when you were making heart cookies, and you had to cobble together your own heart cookie pattern.
Yes, and it came out just really awful, so I was like, okay.
Here, this is what we think of you, teacher, broken, mangled heart cookie.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe I'll just get out some regular cookie cutters, and yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm back.
Yay!
I'm back. I have survived the surgeon's scalpel.
Yes, you have.
I have, with so far, no ill effects, so yay!
Yay!
Yay, medical advancements.
One would hope, yes. So, Allona, I know you have so much to talk about.
Yes, because I am convalescing, and sitting in one spot for a long period of time is actually a good thing. I was typing up what I did this week, and it was like a page and a half, and I realized that we had double spaced our show notes. So I'm like, well, let's just condense these a little bit so it's not quite as frightening.
I would have said maybe voluminous.
Yes, yeah, either count.
Yeah.
So I've just redubbed this, instead of what we did this week, just what Allona did this week, because I kind of went berserk after not playing for 2 weeks.
A little bit.
One of the first things I did when I was back on was I finally tried the Shatnerer fight, the new one, and it was a lot of fun. 10-10, we'll fight again. I got quite a few of the achievements. Not all, obviously. So I just have to remember to kind of put that on my radar that, okay, if Shatterer's up, there's achievements, I want to go and do them and fight that. So I've only done it the once, actually, as it turns out.
Oh.
I unlocked Tempest on Baby Bittermalt, my elementalist, during a mock hero point train. So, woohoo.
Yay.
And I think it was during that we ended up also doing the Auric Basin meta. We
Oh,
finished
okay.
it. Was it during that? Were you there for that?
Uh-uh.
Okay. It just happened to be towards its completion, so we did that. And that was the first time I had ever actually fought the Octavine.
Oh, okay.
So, yay. Well, there was one other time we were going to do it, and we were at that point where we were just about to break in to go to that part of the fight, and the game crashed, and I couldn't get back into the same map because it was full.
Ooh.
And they finished it. So, wah, wah. So this was the first time I was able to, and I did crash on this one too, but was able to get into the same map. So that's good.
You just have really bad luck with Auric Basin.
Or maybe it was a different map that happened with. In any event, I did some zone completion and was able, through that, get map completion for my warrior, Tilde Numlock.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! As the kids say today. So that was like, she was in the 90% done for like the last year and a half, and I finally just like buckled down and got those done. And as it turned out, I needed Sparkfly, Fields of Ruin, Metrica, and Caledon Forest, and then Radisum and the Grove. They were all like almost done, like within like 50% of being done. So it was really not. It was just a couple days of choosing to do that. I fractaled my face off. Not as much as some people in the guild hashtag, but more than I have in the past. And so I'm up to personal reward level 30.
Yay!
And with Hunter's assistance, I got up to agony resistance of 76 or 72 on Allona.
Wow.
Yeah. I haven't done any pugs, so they were all runs with either Mock or sorta the Yum Guild, because Voluptus and Laurel are also in Mock, but their main guild is Yum, and they have a main Fractal Knight.
Oh, okay.
And so they had some spots open, so I joined them for that. And after guild missions with Maven, we actually ended up having 9 people wanting to do fractals. So one person invited a friend of theirs, and we had 2 groups going in to do fractal dailies.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so I was able to get quite a few levels from those 2 runs specifically. The ones with Mock were more trying to get everyone else up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is totally fine. However, with one of the Maven runs, I got a drop of a golden fractal greatsword.
Yay!
Yes, which is very sparkly and shiny. And while I'm not a huge fan of that style of greatsword skin, like the kind of slabby variety, it does look darned impressive on my warrior. So
it does.
If I could just figure out how to do that one where the reticle where you spin forward, because I am going off in every direction with that still. I played her in PvP with the greatsword, and I'm sure the people I was fighting against thought I was drunk.
Well,
because I do not have a handle on greatsword. With warrior at all. At all. I tried to get Dodgy Crowd, which is an achievement for Seeds of Truth. It's the last one I need for that season 2 story chapter, and Hunter was helping me with it, and we completed it successfully twice, and it didn't proc the Chivo either time. And then we found out that it's apparently bugged if you are the one playing Kaith. So I'm mostly including this as a PSA for those who weren't aware. If you are going for Dodgy Crowd, a Season 2 achievement for Seeds of Truth, don't go in as Kaith. Make someone else do that.
Alrighty.
Important.
Very.
It's not a huge deal, but the stuff leading up to being able to get that achievement it's time consuming.
It is.
Yeah. Helped a bunch of guildies get lost badges in the Silver Wastes on the weekend. And we also did the jumping puzzle. Air quotes around jumping. And holy moly, gliding makes this less painful.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Not painful, particularly when there are a lot of people to, corral and keep together. And I'm not saying that I'm the person who's getting frustrated by people not staying together. But
no, That's Hunter.
Yeah, but it's definitely less painful with gliding. So, but that was fun. It was. I think there was about 4 or 5 of us that needed it. Or you? Were you there for that?
No, but
No.
I need it.
Well, we'll do it again. It's too bad. I think 4 or 5 people in the guild working on that day. I did guild missions with Mock and Maven because there was a reset between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Most important takeaway is that I didn't come in last for Maven's rush.
Good.
That's really the most important takeaway there.
Yep.
I actually did a couple dry top runs, which I haven't done in a while. They both got to tier 4, which is pretty good. And I mostly need geodes. Hashtag was with us. She wants to get the Ambrite weapons too, so she needed to open chests.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran out of keys and I was sad. Or lockpicks, rather.
Right, yeah. And I've got 2 fossils in my bank, and I kind of feel bad that I have them.
I have 5. 5 of them, and I just need the geodes. Maybe I just need to do that more on a scheduled basis, like maybe once a week.
Yeah. I probably need to buckle down and just do that too.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find a map that's going well.
Well, yeah, Hunter was saying that if you looking for group, there's a guild whose tag is Dust, and they do organized, and they get to tier 5.
Oh, wow.
I believe so. So that's something maybe to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Finished Dragon's Reach Part 2 with you and Hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter came along to help us, and we did that just today.
Indeed.
Action-packed day. That was really good. I think I needed like 4 or 5 out of that one.
Yeah. We
Maybe
got all
6
of those.
6. Yeah. We needed 6, so we got 6 achievements done today for that, and we completed it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just me, but like as a group, we've done a ton of work towards our guild hall.
Oof, yeah.
And it's so spency.
Mm-hmm.
Spency. But we got to level 34, and we have all the buildings done, other than the mine, which isn't really building per se, but growth, I guess.
It's not a top priority.
Well, it's not visually as impressive as, the buildings growing and not being rubble.
Mm-hmm.
And I've dubbed our tavern as Mocktails. And Hunter has coined its signature drink, which is the White Bow. Well, he said he wanted the White Bow as the tavern name, and I said it could be our signature drink, which got me thinking that we need to make a full drink menu.
Yes.
For Mocktails.
Yes.
And I'll make a menu. It'll be awesome.
It will be awesome.
Yes. And that's Tales as in Tales. It has 2 meanings. And in my travels for Guildhall mats, so this is sort of related to that, I have often been finding myself in Tangled Depths because, ley line sparks. And I usually end up being pulled into a successful map meta. So I've been pretty lucky with that, being able to just, there's people organizing in map chat. Maybe I'll just start working on that too. And
nice.
Yeah, I actually really like Tangled Depths. I remember being very frustrated with it initially, especially compared to Verdant Brink or Auric Basin, because I found I was able to get the handle of those ones faster. But once I got used to Tangled Depths, I think it might be one of my favorite maps. Now that I'm used to it, I like how the lanes work for the meta. So, it's fun.
I don't think I've actually finished the meta in Tangled Depths. I just get so turned around with how convoluted that map can be that I get frustrated very quickly.
There's basically one waypoint that I always go to it, and it's basically in the middle of where all the lanes go to, and I start there, and I just kind of go up and down the lanes doing stuff. And then if the map works itself into a organized map, I'm in the area for it anyway.
Right, yeah.
And so that's why I don't travel too far. I'm in a fairly contained, it's a big area, but contained area.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I don't find it that frustrating. And I have a really good friend that's had the game since launch, but he hardly ever plays. But he's been on a lot more recently. And so I'm Sherpaing him through the lower level stuff. He got from level 27 since launch. level he started like this week at level 20, or a couple days ago at 27, and he's already up to 35, so He's
Pretty good.
He's pretty happy with that. And doing that also helps me level my Revenant, because I'm trying to... I did eat the level 30 tome
Right.
to use it.
Yeah, basically.
Just so it's not like junk. And from there I am using some writs of experience again to use them. So not a whole lot. So I'm trying to level smidgy organically with that. And of course, I did some PvP, for flavor and for the dailies.
For the dailies, mostly,
And with
I
you.
think. Yeah.
It was Necro and Warrior. That was when people thought I was drunk playing my Warrior, probably. We played, 3 games and we won 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good game. The one we won was a really good game. Like it was 400 and something to 500. It was quite close. So it was, and that was that Spirit Watch that we won?
No. It was Foe Fire, wasn't it?
Oh, right. You're right. And that was, they had some meanies on that team too.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised we won. And was that the game also that you had top personal score?
Yes.
Yes. And
I
you
actually
said
got that on 2 of the games we played.
Yes. And you were saying that you hadn't had that before.
No. I think this was the first time I had top score from the team.
Yay. And finally, right before the show, I helped Cal, the hero of Shaymore, complete the hot story. I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's get her done.
Jeez. Okay.
Well, it was difficult because you were like, spoilers! It's like, fine. Can't talk about anything. So now he doesn't have to worry about spoilers.
Well, that's good.
So that's what I did. So what are we clocking at? 20 minutes of what I did.
It'll get cut down.
This is all gold. What are you talking about? Just put it in unedited.
Unedited. Oh, wow.
No. What did you do, Celeste?
I did map completion on various zones, on various characters. I did Sparkfly on my Guardian with you, and then I was wandering around and I was like, I need to finish off this Fractal Mastery, so I did Harathi, and I was working on Gandharan on my Mesmer. And then started on Frost Scourge with my Elementalist because we needed seaweed.
Yep. Oh, I didn't put that in.
And
it's very exciting. We needed seaweed.
Yeah, and did Jormag twice while we were doing that too.
Yep.
On the same sort of line, I think it was at some point during the weekend. Or no, it was a daytime thing. Where I got my Fractal up to level 22.
Hurrah!
For personal reward.
Yes.
And I also attuned both of my rings, so I'm up to Agony Resistance of 23.
Yay! Oh, I also attuned and infused, or just attuned one of my rings?
Infused takes a lot more stuff.
I don't know. I'm so confused. I've said this before, and I'm saying it again.
If you just went to the other island and got the essence thing, then it's just attuned.
No, I did the with the Mystic Forge.
Okay.
This is too convoluted.
They do seem to make it overly complicated.
It is overly complicated.
Like, really. And then even the upgrades, they don't say what goes in what slot, really. Like, it's not obvious at all what goes where.
Apparently they both use the Forge, so we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, if you got the thing from the other island with just the agonized essence and like one agony infusion.
Oh, the versatile, the +7 versatile.
No.
Oh.
Not at all what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But I'm slowly getting there with trying to figure it out. I finally used that +10 that Romo gave me for my birthday.
Aw, that's nice.
I PvP'd on my Necro because Ultra had said that they were really hard to fight against, so I was like, well, I'm gonna cheese it up and do that then. And I'm okay at it. I've never really been good at Necro PvP, but I'm trying it with Reaper, and I'm having fun.
But you were top player.
Yes, but in some of those matches, that doesn't really matter. Some of the matches were kind of bad.
Obviously, we didn't win 2 of them.
I got a buttload of Allonian leather.
A buttload?
a buttload because of a buy order for the guild hall. But
now you can make your ascended medium armor for Astara.
Or I could finish my spinal blades because I have almost everything I need to get the exotic version to the ascended version.
You should do that.
I don't have any of the little color thingies, so just be, I think it's yellow is the plain one.
Yeah, like an ambery color.
Yeah,
it
would just be that. But
I sold all the colors that I didn't have the complete set for.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get enough of the green during the events.
I don't think I got any of them to drop during the events.
Really? Quite a few. But not enough to do the red or blue, which are the more expensive ones to buy. So it actually made me some coin.
I'm not anticipating ever getting enough of the color things because they don't drop.
Yeah, I thought there was some way of getting them now. They drop somewhere now.
Well, they might drop from the guys at that jumping puzzle that I don't remember.
The not-so-secret jumping puzzle?
Yeah, the not-so-secret one. But I can't remember the name of them.
Aether Blades?
Aether Blades, yes. I guess they drop from there, but I don't know. I stared at Seeds of Truth achievements blankly because I really need the amulet, but I just really don't want to do them. I'm really bad at dodgy things.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can try get the Dodgy Crowd one at the same time. Or back to back or something.
I need like all of them from Seeds of Truth.
I had got most of them, well, a long time ago. This is just the one. Dodge! It's the new Damask.
I've just been having a really hard time doing it when I was trying to do it, so it just kind of soured that whole instance for me.
Oh, we'll get you through.
I'm sure I'll be able to do it. It's just like, I mean, I've become a much better player since then. I also completed Dragon Reach Part 2.
Yes.
Which, yay.
Yay. And I was thinking, I remember how difficult that fight was, and being downed all the time, and it was just painful, and we basically, I mean, it was tricky to get the achievement parts.
It was tricky with the challenge mode.
That more so.
It was pretty easy peasy.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that's like everyone involved knew what to do. Like they know their professions well, and it made it that much easier.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I think we can agree that we've done a lot in the game. And I am so going to miss when you're not at home during the day anymore. Because I've been playing so much more. So we live stream on Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. EST, 6:30 p.m. PST at twitch.tv/MMRreporter. You can subscribe to the audio version of the podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Remember to rate and review us there so that people know that we're a real podcast. We speak real English words most of the time, and we're delightful.
And we just don't randomly laugh. If you hear us randomly laugh on the show, it's because chat room.
Yes, blame the chat room.
Always blame the chat room.
Think we're ready for another attack?
From land, air, or sea, we won't be caught off guard again.
Report from Lion's Arch.
Long live Lion's Arch.
There was a guild chat this last week.
A whole chat.
A whole chat. The main part of this one was a sit down with Nellie Hughes, who was the game designer for most of Arc Basin, and Ruby, of course. And they talked about things that you can do in 30 minutes, mostly with regards to Heart of Thorns.
Or possibly things that you will be able to do in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that too.
Coming. Maybe not at the moment, but they're getting retooled.
With adventures, they're being modified to be available more often, and the requirements are also being tuned down slightly, whatever that may mean.
I'm wondering if, like for the races, the time is extended.
That would be nice, but doesn't that kind of
tier
cheapen other people's gold reward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime they make something simpler, it cheapens the people who were successful prior to a certain extent. I mean, they could still say, I did it way back when it was harder. So they still get bragging rights.
Because we know the average age of Wars players.
They all become curmudgeonly when things change.
It's like a mix between Old Man and like Downton Abbey or something.
Fair.
I'm excited for that simply because it frustrates me when adventures are not available and I'm standing right there.
Or they are available, but you're in the middle of something else and you can't go to them right at that moment.
Yes.
It's like, I want to do that, but I'm in the middle of something else.
Well, and that kind of walks us through towards the next point, which is getting distracted by shinies, or a lot of how you end up spending your time when you're a time-budgeted player.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see like events off to the side or adventures and that sort of stuff as an obstacle rather than a boon towards being able to get other things at the same time while inching towards your goal, you're going to have a bad time. And that's in any map, not just Heart of Thorns. Because I know, like Ruby was saying, I wander around and I'm trying to just get past this group of enemies so I can get to the other side. And it's just like, oh, come on. Just let me through. When I should be like, hey, I can kill these guys.
When I was Sherping my friend through and he was doing something to get a heart done, I said, no, there's an event right here. Let's do this. He goes, but the heart. And I'm like, no, doing this event will get your heart done faster.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
That's one thing that I think a lot of new players aren't aware of either because they're so used to the quest system.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who hadn't played like since launch had logged in the other day and was whispering me. And they were like, so there's no quests or anything? No. I haven't done a quest in 3 years.
No, I'm always very happy when I see an event kick off near a heart that I need to complete. I'm like, oh, thank goodness, it'll be faster.
Super fast. But I think slowing down and taking your time is still a good thing if you are on a time budget, because you'll get more out of it, usually monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
There's also map completion. Waypoints, points of interest, and vistas are definitely solo player friendly, but they do definitely say hero points and side events are opportunities to play with random people on the map, and be sure to ping a poi or a waypoint so that it's more accessible for them to just click and join.
I have to say that's something I also need to get better at doing. I never really think about engaging the map.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that.
As evidenced by the fact that I tried to take on the champion role in Frostgorge by myself. And you're like, why didn't you tell the map? I'm like, I don't know.
I'm fighting. I can't type.
I can barely type when I'm not fighting.
Generally speaking, just running around and killing mobs, checking on where events are happening around you, and either briefly participating or completing those events will help you get even more loot with the zone participation bonus chests.
I can't remember exactly. In Heart of Thorns, if you just tag something and run away, your participation will diminish.
In that particular event, yes.
In that particular event. So, but that's just for the hot zones, right?
I thought that was implemented all over, but I could be wrong.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Because I will know I will be running through a zone and I'll get like, you got bronze on something at some point. I don't know what I did.
And a lot of the times I'm usually the type of player that's like, okay, I've done enough in this event that if other people don't come by, it's not going to get done. I should just do it.
Yeah.
So that's what usually happens to me. Each map in Heart of Thorns has a scavenger hunt.
Mm-hmm. And
those are fun and challenging, but definitely doable over a few play sessions, I think.
Yeah. And that's specific to the dry hot, dry top, and silver waste, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a golden chicken interior.
Which is news to me.
I don't know where exactly. Witzel, who is apparently an antisocial Itzel. And others that send you off the beaten path to explore the map, get AP, and have some fun.
I want to look into this.
If you enjoy chasing down the fun things, like the legendary llama and dry top was your jam, you should start looking for more of that.
Your jam can now be golden chicken.
Yes. Collecting strong boxes gives you achievement points and mastery points. So double rewards. And all you have to do is get to it and open it. And there's also event timers on the wiki that will help you to find what will make the best use of your time.
Yes, that was a really nice addition for them to mention.
Yes, because I didn't know this was a thing on the wiki. Then the other portion of the show was for Bells and Whistles.
Yay!
With Jerry Schroeder and Drew Cady again, of course. And they were talking about some of the sounds that they used for an upcoming raid boss. So there was a creepy linen closet door at a relative's home that Drew decided to record and play with. And it was the middle of the night and everybody got really freaked out by it. They started popping out of rooms like, what the heck is this guy doing?
It must be magical to, like, hear potential in the entire world around you.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Then milk cartons for mucus nostril music.
Delicious.
Yeah. They take the carton and they kind of squish in the sides a bit and fold up the bottom and add water or yogurt or Jell-O. And they squish it up and around. And they had like different sized ones. So you get like smaller nostrils and bigger nostrils. It was really gross sounding, to be honest. It was kind of...
you think?
Well, like a little bit of it was kind of like the sound of mouthwash swishing in your mouth. But it had more layers to it.
More layers.
With the air in the container moving around too, it added a lot more to it.
Well, and yeah, yogurt would be thicker than...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thick, wet, soppy, terrible noises.
Stop.
He also busted out the didgeridoo, and he kind of made a trilling noise into it, and it gets like a really wet depth when it's traveling through the instrument out to the microphone, then more than just you making the trilling noise. So it's this tiny echo chamber sort of thing, and it was just so cool.
You really like the didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Do you have a didgeridoo?
Yes.
I thought you might. Because you got so excited about it.
Well, he made a really great sound with it too.
Yeah.
And then they also touched on some of the technical things, like making sure that the frequency of the sound is able to be heard over the din of combat.
That's super important.
It is, especially if it's like a major tip-off to a big attack.
Yep.
So I was really glad to hear that they do actually adjust things so that is a thing. Like, you'd know that they would do it, but it's nice to know that they do actually do it.
To put it real world kind of context, I had the Imperial March as my ringtone on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because awesome. But its tones were too low.
Yeah.
To be heard when it was in my purse.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept missing like notifications or phone calls. So I had to choose something that was higher pitched so that I could hear it when it was in my purse. So I mean, it's sort of the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad they do that.
And they did a quick demo with this table, just kind of dragging it across the floor, which it just kind of happened when Jerry was trying to clean up the studio after a yogurt milk container session. And
did you ever think you'd say that?
No. And it just made this perfect sort of
splurp.
No, this like a sticky table noise going across the wood. Like, I can't do it because I don't have a sticky table, but
that's good.
It worked really well. And it was just kind of the way that they come up with noises is bizarre as well.
Yeah.
There's going to be more raid boss stuff and Pro League talk on the next guild chat on this Friday the 19th.
So the afternoon of when this episode comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So there. And we also, actually something that we didn't put in the show notes, I'm just going to mention very briefly, there obviously are always updates to the gem store.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some things on sale. There's been Kel Surprise more glider skins that are feathers and wings.
Yes, more wings.
But the golden wings are really shiny.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just put that out there. The golden wings, shiny.
They are shiny.
On to what I'm actually supposed to talk about. Tribal skins. There was a thread on Reddit where Spider Kite asked if we are ever going to be getting the tribal or apostle skins back in the game as some kind of reward, since that was announced a year ago and haven't been added back yet. And this thread was actually it had a response from Colin.
Mm-hmm.
And his response is, good question. Last I heard, they were going back in a long time ago. We'll try and track down what happened here.
Yay!
Hooray!
I'm glad. I've always wanted the tribal skin, but yeah.
I want the apostle. The apostle is the one that I keep trying for and can't. Yeah, but there's a bunch of them as well.
There's a lot of other skins too.
Where I like build something, I'm like, this is be great, and I'll be on chat with Panther from the guild, and I'm like, if I do this, and then he goes like, you won't be doing that. I'm like, why not? He was like, those were the PvP skins you can't get. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
From when I didn't PvP. Ever.
Exactly. Yep. It's a heartbreaker.
It's a hard knock life.
Do you require my assistance?
Ask an Asura.
Excelsior.
So for Ask an Asura this week, we got a question from Sol Venatus over on Twitter. They asked, are overlays like YOLO Mouse or GW2 DPS legal or not?
That is a good question. I'm glad that, FYI everyone, Celeste answered this because my answer was going to be, I don't trust anything.
I do actually have kind of a hard time trusting things, but the way that these work kind of don't do any harm. YOLO Mouse only modifies your cursor to be more easily found. Mm-hmm. And I have no idea how this could possibly be illegal. For folks that have various vision problems, this could be the only way that they're able to play the game.
Yeah.
Especially since devs still haven't implemented an accessibility fix for those that are colorblind.
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly reasonable to use it, and it doesn't really break any of the terms of use, because if you are pressing a button and having it do more than one thing, that's against the rules. If you're pressing a button and it does one action, there's nothing wrong with that.
You're totes okay?
Yeah. That's why it's perfectly fine for you to have a mouse with like 10 buttons on the side. Because there's still just one button. They still only do one thing. It's if you set up a macro that does multiple steps,
yes,
then you're in trouble.
And a lot of mice will do that. But I guess they can track how many things were done at a certain time. And if they're like inhumanly fast, they know it's macro.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I haven't set up. I'm just terrified of all those sorts of things. So. Terrified.
I mean, with all of the quality of life that's come in, there's no point to have an auto clicker. There's no point to...
Well...
You know?
There's still some times it would be nice.
Yes.
Because the consume all function isn't across the board. Or a bulk buy option.
Well, that's another story.
Isn't it?
I don't see a problem with YOLO Mouse at all. Mm-hmm. GW2 DPS... Because it runs in full screen mode, it's reading the pixels off of your desktop view and not the client itself. So because it's not actually interacting with the client, it's simply interacting with your desktop. That makes it legal.
Although I saw a Reddit thread about this, and there were people that were still somewhat concerned about it. It would be nice if there was, like on the forums perhaps, a list of here's what you can use and why it's allowed.
Yeah, that would be nice. But frankly, I'm never going to use a DPS meter anyways, so...
No, but...
And then there's other overlays like Overwolf that are completely legal and even have support from ArenaNet.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to look at the GW2 markers, which was an Overwolf app for applying markers on the in-game world, which is basically what we got with the squad markers.
Which were amazing when we were doing the lost badges in Silver Waste.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was really handy for that.
I mean, they basically took GW2 markers and were like, yoink. So for my tip of the week, which everybody in guild chat was like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
You can search the achievement panel.
Mm-hmm. Right below your title.
Yeah, below your title.
Your thunder.
Below the title, you just type in whatever it is that you're looking for, and there you go.
Yeah. I've used it a lot since that. I guess I had one slightly earlier on in the show, I guess. But I can't remember. So we're going to go with that one because otherwise I had Don't Eat Yellow Snow as my tip.
Also a good idea, unless it's a raspa with, like, banana flavoring.
That sounds vile.
Okay.
I don't like fake banana flavor.
Well, okay. You're entitled to say that, but some people do. Or you could think of it as pineapple, tropical pineapple.
It's getting closer to acceptable.
Closer to acceptable.
Tales of Tyria.
Over on Twitter, Achosaurus Rex tweeted out, and I don't have this open yet, so let me just pop that open. Tweeted out, music genre-wise, if necromancers are heavy metal and elementalists are glam rockers, a la Ziggy Stardust, in my opinion, what are other class/music combos? And this prompted quite a fun thread with people giving their suggestions. One person thought that mesmers were pop, but that prompted some dissent amongst us mesmers. That they were, Kaideg said, if anything, I think mesmer would be some really loud, mind-numbing club music that messes with your head. And I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be, and I suggested as a specific song, the O Fortuna remix from Apotheosis, because that's messed up.
That's definitely all over the place.
Yes, it is. But there was a lot, it was a fun thread, people talking about that. Yeah, see, Ultra said mesmers pop, absolutely not. That's absurd. They're not K-pop. K-pop isn't right either.
No.
Although someone did say that. Maybe it was you, Ultra. Gem
holograms.
No, Cal.
And picking up where we left off on Ultra's rant about Bird Wars 2, at The Designs Tumblr, they shared a really cool mock-up of their Arcane Glider.
Yes.
And that looks so freaking cool.
It looks great.
I love it.
You could totally see how the animation would work, like when you jump, and you could see how they're tucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And how they would spread out as you're gliding.
It's perfect.
And then as you land, they come back in. It is so good. That was really loud. I'm sorry.
No, it is. It's really great.
Which makes me think the Spinal Blade backpacks would also be a good skin for that. Like if you have that unlocked, to be able to unlock it as a glider skin as well.
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah, well, these were kind of with their kind of greeny, blue, and red color scheme, or making me sort of think that. But yeah, this great job. It looks so good.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like this a lot. I like the idea of non-traditional glide apparatus.
Or race-specific.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you got a glider skin that it's just one skin, but depending which race it's on, it has a different appearance?
Oh, they would never do that.
Why wouldn't they?
Look at all the bird wings we just got.
Yeah, you'd have to do something different for Norn in that case, absolutely.
No, I mean, they've basically just reskinning like 4 or 5 sets of wings.
I know, but if you think about it, like they have the wedding outfit.
I don't think they would pack that much value into one purchase. Not anymore.
Well, it would probably be hella expensive if they did that. Or they could do it each, even if they did each one, so like ones that were specific to each race, like 5 different glider skins, that would be really cool. And this could be, But yeah, good job, person whose name I don't know.
They actually don't have a name on here except for properly because it's tiny font. Tiny
LOL.
font!
It is LOL.
Yeah. Let's see.
496 notes on it.
Yeah. People like it.
Yeah, they do. Norn beer keg backpack that opens into a wooden glider.
That would be pretty awesome.
Anyway, there's a lot of potential for glider skins beyond wings. I think that's where we're going here.
Yes.
Although the golden wings are really shiny.
They are shiny.
And hawk wings make people able to cosplay Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
This is true.
Another Tumblr post. This is a lion Char. And it looks like, is that crochet?
It appears to be. Yes.
Yes. And it is adorable.
It is. I really like it.
Yes.
They did a really great job, and I like the design of it as well.
Now, I'm wondering if they had a pattern that was close and they just modified it slightly, or if they just made up the pattern entirely.
A lot of people that do amigurumi seriously just like sit down and they're like, oh, let me make kind of a cone thing, and that'll work for this and all that. Like, they just know how to make parts.
Oh, hashtag's gonna try and make one.
Yay!
You said it. You said it in chat. It has to happen. It's the law. Law of chat room.
That's the law. Yes. Lastly, over at the last homely URL, which I believe is Elizabeth Clare.
It is, because she tweeted this picture out.
Yeah. Wow. This character.
It is good.
Wow.
What staff is that?
I'm not sure.
Because
it's really pretty.
It's really good. And every single one of my light professions has that head armor because I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just a great job on the armor combination, the dyes, that staff skin is amazing. And I like that the hand armor is hidden. And I've often wondered if people use that option. And here, she is using it to great success.
Mm-hmm. And it is the Auric staff.
Oh, well, guess what I want to get now.
Yeah, looks pretty great.
Everything about this character looks amazing.
It screams Elonian dervish to me.
Yes.
/ Paragon with the wings. Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag has this stuff. Jealous.
It was really beautiful, and I was like, I need to show this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also really like her face.
Mm-hmm.
I like her face. Guys just started, hey you, I like your face. It's not creepy at all, right?
No, it's pretty accurate. Just, I like your face.
I like your face.
Allona.
Yes.
I am so super glad that you're doing better and we can have you on the show again.
Yay. I'm glad to be back. It's almost good that there wasn't as much to talk about since I had so much stuff. Can you imagine how long we'd be?
Yes, it would have been a very long show.
It would have been crazy. Apparently everyone in chat room has that Auric staff, by the way.
Of course.
Everyone's like, oh, I have that. Oh, I'm awesome. I have that. Pote.
And thank you, chat room, for being wonderful.
And jealousy inducing.
Yes. I'm happy that the show went so well tonight. Thank you for downloading the show. We hope that you come back again next week. But most importantly, we hope to see you in-game.
Legion calls.
So if you have a community event that you would like for us to share, go ahead and send us an email.
Seize the moment.
And if you've got a burning question or for our Ask an Asura segment, just let us know.
I'm selling. You buying?
We have coupon codes for Doghouse Systems. Use the coupon code MMO Reporter at doghousesystems.com to get an additional 120 gigabyte Super Star Destroyer drive for free on their next build.
Nice gear.
Or a star-studded diaper.
Or a star-studded diaper.
Yep.
No free samples.
Patreon page. If you're in love with the show or the network, please consider becoming a patron on our Patreon page.
Thanks for pitching in.
In the very least, it helps us keep the metaphorical lights on. So check it out at patreon.com/MMO Reporter.
That fulfills my needs. Thanks so much.
audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. Books!
Books, now with sound!
Knowledge is the greatest treasure.
If you want a free audiobook, you should go to audibletrial.com/MMOreporter.
That's valuable.
So, Allona, if people want to get in contact with us, how would they do so?
They would email us at gwreporter@mmoreporter.com. Twitter is @gwreporter. Our website is guildwarsreporter.com.
You must visit more often.
Voicemail is 616-666-6778, or use the widget on the right-hand side of the website. Our YouTube channel is MMO Reporter Network, and remember to like our videos and subscribe to the GW Reporter playlist. And if you feel like it, wander around and see what other shows are on the network that you might enjoy.
You are a welcome guest.
Facebook is GW Reporter. Tumblr is gwreporter.tumblr.com.
In a world where you can visit us on Twitter, I am Ultra at UltraTown.
Find me at Hunter's Insight.
Allona may be found at One Big Pair.
As in PEAR.
And Celeste at Celly-Ookie.
CELEOOKIE.
Yeah. Or you can visit us in-game. I'm onebigpair.1249.
And Ultra is?
UltraTown.5683.
And I'm Celluki.5046.
May the spirits of the wild watch over you.
Good hunting.
Keep your blade sharp and your powder dry.
Take care of yourself.
May the Six watch over you.
Until next time.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
All right. I PvP'd on my Necro because...
You PvP'd?
PvP'd.
Okay, thank you.
I can't remember the name of them.
Aetherblades?
Aetherblades, yes. I don't know why, but I was trying to call them Alcatraz. And I was like, that's not the name. That's not
Alcatraz.
the name. Yeah.
Oh, God, my typing. Why am I typing? I also like when it's open mic, too, because I like when you're in the middle of playing, your daughter comes up and asks you a very important question about Minecraft. It's super
Or just
cute.
starts singing at me.
Yes. Oh, what was she was singing the other? It was super cute. She was singing something.
Her favorites are Five Little Monkeys and the ABCs.
Yes, it was the ABC she was singing.
Yeah, and she started to blend them together into this, 30-minute long song.
And in case anyone's wondering, Celeste's daughter sounds exactly like her, but miniaturized.
I don't know about that, but it is true that they have picked up on my speech patterns. But you have to realize that I'm a stay-at-home mom, so who are they going to learn from? Me.
Pew pew, yeehaw! Golden chicken with hot sauce. Golden wings with hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.